Some days, nothing specific is happening. No crisis, no clear problem, no obvious reason to feel overwhelmed. And yet, everything feels like too much. Small decisions feel heavy. Simple conversations drain you. Even things you normally enjoy feel strangely effortful. And when you look at your life from the outside, you might think, nothing is actually wrong. So why does this feel so hard? This is where many people turn on themselves. They assume they're being weak, or lazy, or ungrateful. They tell themselves they should cope better, that other people manage more, that they must be missing something. But what's happening here is usually not a personal failure. It's a system issue. Modern life quietly trains us to stay in a constant state of low-level readiness. Not panic, not emergency, just alert. Your brain is always slightly on, scanning, processing, anticipating. Messages arrive without warning. News cycles never resolve. Decisions stack without closure. There is no clear signal that says, you're done now, you can stand down. So even when nothing is wrong, your nervous system hasn't been told that things are safe enough. It stays engaged. And engagement, over time, turns into exhaustion. This kind of tiredness is confusing because it doesn't come from effort alone. You can feel it even on days when you haven't done very much. Because it's not about activity. It's about containment. Your system has been holding too many open loops for too long. Think about how many things you are subtly keeping track of. Things you haven't replied to. Things you should probably think about soon. Things you might need to prepare for. Things you're not ready to decide yet. None of them urgent. None of them dramatic. But together they create a background hum that never quite switches off. And the mind, when it can't rest, starts to interpret that restlessness as a personal problem. It says, you should be calmer by now. You should have this figured out. You shouldn't feel this overwhelmed. But those thoughts aren't insight. They're just noise layered on top of fatigue. What often helps here is not doing more, not organizing better, not pushing through, but recognizing that your system may be asking for less management. You may not need to solve how you feel. You may only need to stop treating it as something that must be corrected. When everything feels like too much, it's often because your inner system hasn't had permission to not be productive for a while, to not optimize, to not improve, to not move forward. Rest, in this sense, is not about lying down or taking a break. It's about allowing some things to remain unfinished without turning that into self-judgment. You don't have to feel grateful right now. You don't have to make meaning out of this. You don't have to get back on track. You are allowed to be in a holding pattern without explaining yourself. Sometimes the most regulating message you can give yourself is simply this: nothing needs to be decided today. Not forever. Not as a life rule. Just today. And if that sentence brings even a small sense of relief, that tells you something important. Not that you're avoiding life, but that your system has been carrying more than it needs to. You don't need to fix this feeling. You don't need to outthink it. You may just need to let it be present without adding pressure on top of it. For now, it's enough to know this. Feeling like everything is too much doesn't mean you're failing. It often means you've been holding things together longer than anyone noticed. And nothing needs to change immediately. Not tonight. Not all at once. You can let some of it rest.